Hey you witches, how you doing today? We are back with another video, and today we're going to talk about advancing your witchcraft practice beyond the basics. How do you become a more advanced practitioner? For those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft, especially traditional witchcraft, which is where my heart lies. For those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. It's truly appreciated. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a great way to help us build the channel. So, advancing beyond the basics. I think most of us have been there at one point. We've read all the books, we know all the stuff, and we're like, where do we go from here? Right? It's kind of, I've done all the things. So how do you become a more advanced practitioner? I think there's sort of three things to it. The first one is, I'll call it doing the witchcraft, learning and studying, and then participating. There's kind of three components to it. So the first part is doing the work. So first of all, when you were reading all your Intro 101 books, did you do the exercises? If you're like me, probably not. I'm a big one. I like to read through stuff really quick. I just want to read it. I just want to absorb all the knowledge. But I don't always stop and do the journaling exercises or the energy work exercises that they're asking you to do. Witchcraft is not just theoretical knowledge, it's the application of that knowledge, and then once you can apply the knowledge, incorporating that into your witchcraft practice. So the first thing you need to do is go back to those 101 books and actually do the exercises. And as part of the doing, I would also say is that you need to get out of coals. You need to get out of chapters. You need to check out alternative publications for more, I don't know if I want to call them advanced books, but for more witchcraft books. Alternative publishers, I've got Troy Books, Anathema, Avalonia, Black Malkin Press. All of them have some great, really great publications. So make sure that you're not just, I know it all because I've read everything at Kohl's. There's a lot more to it. Okay, so that's the doing part. Then there's the learning and studying, because witches are always learning and studying. So the first part is learn a new skill, right? If you feel like I've got everything down, learn a new skill. Maybe a new divination method. You're like, I got tarot down. I'm really comfortable with tarot. That's my go-to. Learn something new. Maybe learn runes or Ogham. Learn spirit work. Learn a new spirit that you could work with. Learn how to forage. Or maybe you want to do things that are witchcraft adjacent and very complementary to our practice, but not necessarily witchcraft. You could learn herbal medicine or aromatherapy. Maybe you want to learn Reiki. There's lots of, very complementary things that you can learn that are new skills that you can also incorporate into your practice. The next one is study non-witchcraft resources to complement your practice. So study history, study archaeology. In my practice, I'm kind of British Isles based. Especially Scottish folk magic is sort of where my heart lies. Well, I've been reading a ton of articles lately on archaeology in Scotland. The latest one was about the Picts. And we're learning more and more about the Picts, who were very, very early Scottish inhabitants. And I love learning about the Picts and the Gauls and the Scots and how they all kind of morphed and became and where everything came from. So history, archaeology, great places to get more information. Languages. One of my bucket list items is one day I would love to learn Scots Gaelic. Imagine being able to incorporate that language into my Scottish folk practice, right? That would be amazing. So there's always non-witchcraft resources that you can kind of go and study and learn about. Learn a new system of magic. Kabbalah, chaos magic, Thelema, druidry, shamanism. Now I'm not saying you go and switch. This is one where maybe you're going to stay a little bit more theoretical and not so much apply and integrate, but have a well-rounded occult knowledge, right? How do those other systems work? How are they similar to what you do, and how are they different from what you do? Again, you can never have too much sort of occult knowledge. So again, that just makes you a very well-rounded practitioner. And finally, study metaphysics. Learn how the world works on an energetic level that we actually can prove with science, and learn about what we do know and about what we don't know. That's again, it's a very complementary science to the magic of witchcraft. So that's sort of all about learning and studying. And I think witches are always learning and studying, right? We never stop studying. And finally, it's about participation, meeting new people. The quickest way to realize that maybe you don't know everything is to get yourself around other practitioners. So join into your local community. Maybe there's open rituals, maybe there's a coffee moot, right? Go out and participate. Maybe there's festivals or conventions that you can get involved with. Get online, join an online community if you don't have that in your local area, right? But participate, meet people, share in those discussions. And if you don't have that in your local area, maybe you're the one who gets to create it. Create your own community. You could start a study group or a book club, or maybe it just starts out with starting a Facebook group for local witches, right? But if you don't have that community, maybe you're called to start it. And I mean, I'm not saying you have to go and join a coven or start a coven or do anything like that, but it's just about meeting other people, and it lends itself naturally to sort of advancing our practice when we're around other practitioners who we can share ideas and swap with, and yeah. So those are kind of my top 3 categories, or doing the witchcraft, getting out of those beginner books and actually doing all the exercises, learning and studying new witchcraft practices, other occult practices, complementary practices, right? There's lots and lots to study and learn. It never ends. And finally, participating in the greater community around you, or creating that community if you need to. So I think there's a lot of great ways that we can become more advanced practitioners. How about you? Are you a more advanced practitioner? How did you get there? What do you do? What took you from basics to advanced? I'd love to know. Leave us a comment below and let's get that discussion started. And otherwise, yeah, that's our video for today. So we'll catch you in the next one. Mwah! Thanks so much, you guys.